Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, people there. Did you had good lunch? Okay. So.
नहीं होता तो इतना हिंदी बात करते, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, very good afternoon, everyone. So let me start with our own introductions. और as it is मेरा पोपट हर वक्त होता है, ये नहीं चला.
Okay.
So my name is Toshal. His name is Ameya. My name is Ameya. His name is Toshal. Okay. Let me start with my own introduction first. So basically, I brought up in Nashik. Okay, but currently I'm earning in Pune right now. So me and Toshal are leading the AWS user group Pune. Like we have community days here in the Vadodara. Like we also have a couple of community days in the Pune as well. So me and Toshal will also conduct a lot of community days, meetups and everything. So I also a certified person. I'm also a trainer. So I was working professional as well. And also I'm the part-time technical trainer and the freelancing training as well. So I completed more than 100 plus batches of the architectures, developer and the security as well, AWS security specialty specifically. So I'm having more than 15 plus years experience. So whenever I'm not doing anything, whenever I'm not doing any kind of training, so I also have the another passions. So you will also find me somewhere in the natures. So that's my passions, because I feel that after working so hard, you need something like in meditation. So for me, it's a completely meditations, and once we have a proper meditation, again I'm ready for the next adventure. That's about me, a small introductions.
Okay. Thank you, Amey. And I think we should stop at the name exchange. Nothing else. Okay. Fine. So. Hello everyone, my name is Toshal Khawale, and just a disclaimer before I start, whatever the views I am expressing today at this session are my personal view, and it has nothing to do with my employer, okay? So take me for what I am speaking as my own opinion. So I have almost 2 decades of industry experience, and I take pride in community learning, community events, I have multiple AWS certificates. I think that doing certification is one of the way I keep myself motivated, learning new things, and so on. In spare time, I love trekking, I love adventure, and this is not just me, my family also loves trekking, adventure. All my 3 girls and me, if we are not at any community event, we are definitely in the midst of nature, enjoying the trekking. So this is one of the photo where I went for a rappelling at fort called Bhairavgarh, which is quite a steep. So that's about me. So over to you, Amey. What do you have for today's session?
Yeah, so today's we are going to talk about some securities, right? So may I know who's from the security background? Can you raise your hand? No one? One?
Okay.
Only one?
Security is the most sought after job. Yeah. Anybody up for it?
किसी ने antivirus run किया हो at least, or whether you face any kind of the challenges related to security, for example ransomware. Anyone? Raise your hand. Anyone face the ransomware? Okay. शर्माने की बात नहीं, सबके साथ होता है, right? Then DDoS attacks. Anyone? DDoS attacks.
Good.
Okay. Then any port scanning attack or something like? Anyone?
Anybody done some kind of a DDoS attack? Anybody initiated? Oh, we have few people. Good.
Okay, awesome. So today, actually I'm talking about one tool. It's called the Security Hub. But before that, let's understand why exactly we require, what exactly the challenge that we are facing. Let's understand it. पीछे वाले सब जगह है ना? Everyone, raise your hand please. Everyone. Okay, I guess you are busy in your mobile. Okay, let's discuss here first.
So Amey, we have some prizes for them.
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Yeah. So if you pay attention, we have some prizes.
Some
Okay,
goodies.
but the prizes will be shipped to you. Okay, so pay attention.
Okay, let's come back to the main agenda. That's the security challenges. So what kind of the problem that we are facing if you are in the security background? The first one obviously is the compliances, set of rules, right? So organizations has a different compliances, right? For an example, the first thing is that we need to ensure about we are under the compliance of using some XYZ tools. That's the challenge number one. The challenge number two that we face, that's in multiple formats. Because obviously we don't have any, we are not using any single kind of tools for the entire security one. Like for the, for the firewall, the gateway, we have a different one. Then again for the, we have endpoints, again on the system, we have a different one. So the format of the detection is also different because obviously the attack happen in a different layer. That's the second challenges. Third challenges that we may face, that's in prioritization. Why? Because as you can see on the screen, that's a large volume of alerts because we will get a different alerts. So for an example, if you are the admin of the security, you will get the alert of the firewall, you will get an alert of your vulnerability manager application, you will get alerts for your antivirus, endpoint solutions. So again, these are the challenges to prioritize which one, whether it is severe, S1, S2, S3, that also we need to prioritize. Another challenges that we face, that's the visibility. Right? So when we talk about the visibility, it means what? Again, one of the compliances tool. So we may face the visibility issue, and the last, very much important, that's the skill. Now in the security, what will happen? So most of the tool, it's just a one-click deployment. Even though if you see the AWS, the patch manager or the vulnerability manager, AWS inspector, what exactly it is just a one-click implementation. But the actual security work start whenever you get a result. For an example, you have hundreds of instances and you will get hundreds of or thousands of the vulnerability. How you can fix it. So actually your job starts from there once you have a report in hand. So again, the skill is very important, that the challenges. Then the AWS also designed the well-architected framework. So you heard about well-architected framework earlier? Raise your hand, you can.
Yes.
Right?
Okay, good number.
So you heard a lot of times, right, about these are the well-architected framework. We learn about the definitions and all. So today we are going to talk about security. Alright? So in this well-architected framework, we talk about the security. But I just want to give some analogy to understand what exactly the AWS well-architecture framework. So now everyone understand Mahabharata, right? सबने देखा है टीवी पे, everyone. Let me talk in Hindi because वो feel नहीं आएगा. Because what I'm trying to say is, so in well-architecture framework, it's a 5+1, that's a 6 pillar. In Mahabharata, we have 5 Pandavas and 1 Krishna, right? And now you can see I'm comparing the same one, the Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir, why Yudhishthir is famous? Anyone?
Anybody? The red shirt? Okay, Satya.
Okay, and
Anything else?
ethics.
Dharma. Yes.
Right? Ethics. So what exactly the ethics? That's nothing but the operational excellence, right? That's nothing. Ethics, it means what? Our operational excellence. That's the Yudhishthir. The second one, that's in Nakul. Why Nakul is famous? You can see the picture, horse. He's a rider, right? He's a horse rider. He's a very animal lovers, right? So animal, it means what? The horse. Okay, because his love towards the horse is very commendable. So now the horse, it means what? That's nothing but a performance. How you can performance or how you can efficiency the performance. That's nothing but the Nakul here. That's the performance efficiency. Then next we have Arjun. So everyone know about the Arjun, right? About what? Why the Arjun is famous?
Any Arjun here? Any Arjun? No? Okay.
So the Arjun is famous for the archery, right? The exact target. Okay, he bang on the target. Now the same, that is the reliability. Then next, the main pillar, Krishna, who is guiding everyone. That's nothing but our guiding best practices about AWS. And then the Bhima, that's why we are here. Although we don't like in Bhima, but we are in the security field. So the Bhima is nothing but the security pillars.
Bhima का नाम दिया और okay. Yeah. Is it working for you? Try this.
Hello.
Okay.
And the last one, that is Sahadev. Sahadev is famous for what? Anyone? Because in Mahabharata, Yudhishthir or Nakula or Sahadev is one of the underrated character. Now Sahadev is what? Bhavishyavani, right? That's nothing but, he is very good in astrology. So that's nothing but cost optimization, how you can optimize the cost in a well architecture frameworks. So now here, okay, these are the just some example purpose that why exactly we require the AWS well architecture framework. And we are here to explain not entire Bhima, right, but about some sort of the security. That's nothing but our main, the entire security AWS service overview.
Okay, coming back to the present Yug from Mahabharata. So here we are and we are going to talk today about AWS security services. AWS has lot many security services in its portfolio, and I'm just going to give you a brief introduction of some of the services, but what we are focusing on today's session is one of the service called AWS Security Hub. So you can see that there are various phases in the life cycle of how we identify, how we protect, detect, respond, recover, and automate the things. If you look at the identify services in the AWS portfolio, AWS System Manager is one of the services. Anybody use System Manager? Yes, wonderful. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Do you like using System Manager to manage, maintain your environment in terms of various things? If you want to do some kind of a configuration management or anything? Yeah. Okay. So System Manager solves a lot of problem. When we want to manage your environment at a large scale, we also have AWS Config, which is one of the very important service when it comes to security aspect in your environment. AWS Config will keep a tab of each and every configuration which you have configured in the AWS environment and whether it is matching the desired end state. Then we have some protect services. We have IAM, we have WAF, we have DDoS, which are all there to protect you from any kind of a bad actors, malicious actors, or any kind of a incidents. Okay, similar to what Bhima used to protect the all Pandavas. The protect services like WAF, firewall manager, IAM, they are here to protect you. Then we have certain services to detect certain particular things. For example, we have inspector, we have Macy. Macy is one of the very important service if you are working in the financial industry. If you have any of your data which contain the personal PII data, personal identifier data, then Macy will help you to actually identify and you can take some corrective actions based upon that. Then based upon the detection, the identifying the issues, protecting it, detecting it, we can respond by using different services and automating it. One of the very critical service when you want to automate or to respond anything is your CloudWatch. And if you want to look at any kind of audit trail of API activities, we also have CloudTrail. Yeah, the other one for CloudWatch is for your monitoring purpose, but we have CloudTrail for your API activities. And then how do you recover from it? You have various other services to take backup. For example, S3, you can have a snapshot and all those things. And then if you want to do some kind of a forensic, yes, that can also be automated by using CloudTrail and CloudWatch. So this is complete gamut of services which are available, and we'll focus on the security of today. Okay, so what is Security Hub? So Security Hub is one of the services which helps you to have a consolidated view of all your security findings, all your checks, whatever the security checks you are implementing in your environment based upon different standards. So AWS has a list of different standards which you can comply based upon those. So what it does, it consolidates all the findings from services like guard duty, you have inspector, Macy, and there are n number of third-party integration. We'll see those third-party integration in subsequent slides. So Now, let's look at a flow of how things will happen when we are trying to use the security hub. The first and foremost thing we have to do is to enable the security hub in our account. How do you enable it? Is it free of cost? Anybody? Has anybody used security hub? No? This is the first time you are hearing for security hub? Okay, wonderful. Anybody have heard SIEM tool? No? Okay, one gentleman. So this is doing the same thing of aggregating all the security findings in the environment. So how do you do it? You enable it in your account. It can be enabled in one single account or it can be done in multiple accounts. So you enable your security group for your account. A best practice is to enable it for all your accounts. Yeah? Some organization might have a policy that they want to have the resource in a particular region. Yes, that is right. But then you should not leave your door open at other accounts. So you should enable it on all the accounts. Then you continuously aggregate those things. Yeah, you identify those whatever the findings are there and prioritize based upon the different security scores. Anybody knows what is the security score for any kind of security finding? Yes, so what is the range of that? 0 to 10. Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. It is 0.1 to 10. Yeah, 9 and 10 being the most critical. Correct? So we are, yeah. So then, based upon that, we do some kind of a automated actions. We can do some remediation actions. Yeah, we can also have some automated corrective actions as well. Okay, so with that, I will hand over to Ameya. Over to you.
So now, what exactly the benefits? So okay, we understand that okay, these are the security hub, but why we are using? Because it is very important to understand why we are using. Now the first thing is that it is the multi-account and also it's a multi-region supported. So when we talk about the multi-account, for an example, in any organization if you take, they don't have any in a single AWS account. So they have might be a multiple AWS account. For an example, I have a prod A, prod B, or dev account, or QA account, or support, or anything. Now, if I want to manage my entire vulnerability in my EC2 instances, so obviously, I cannot configure the security hub in 20 or 30 account. So in that case, what I can do is, I can also configure in single account, and I can manage every, or I can say entire AWS account, which is, for example, 20 or 30. Then another one is that it also creates a custom response, right? You can also create a remediations as well. For example, there is a zero-day attack or zero-day vulnerability is there. How exactly you can remediate it, right? So you can also create the customization, remediation and actions as well. You can also, reduce the efforts.
Sub security ki खेल है. Yeah. So we can continue. Yes. Please.
So it also reduces the efforts, it also collect the prioritization findings, as I said, in a 0 day, or let's say someone say that there is some critical vulnerability is detected, let's say some OS related vulnerability is detected. So that also you can prioritize it. Then you can also automate the findings, you can also update, suggest it. Obviously, this is not a remediation tools where you can apply it and automatically. For an example, there is a public S3 bucket. You cannot make it private immediately. Obviously, for that you need to suggest some remediations for that. And the last, it also the automated. It also provides some continuous security checks. Okay, because from the back end, it continuously monitor your entire resources, whether it is in the right directions or not. Then it also gives the entire view. Or for an example, now let's say you have hundreds of machines, and now you are using some third-party application, or let's say you are using third-party vendor to perform the vulnerability management. Now you are using managing the AWS, and you also need to manage the third-party vulnerability manager application for your EC2 instances. So you can also club that third-party application into the security hubs. So whatever the dashboard that you are getting on that third-party, you will also get in your AWS security hub as well. So that also integration, that also possible. Then the compliance set of rules. So we have a CIS benchmarks as well. Then we have also NIST as well, and we also have a PCI DSS as well. Anyone work on the PCI or some compliance? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Wonderful.
PCI DSS. Okay. Okay. So you certified or which product you are using?
Nothing as such, no specific product. We have
Okay.
different servers for
So how you certified then?
we have our manual certificates that we upload there. But we have
Okay.
not taken any product.
Okay. Good. So now here you can see it also compatible with the different policy compliances as well. So you may have you can also use the third party compliance product, or else you can also integrate with these as well. Then this is what I'm trying to say is partner integrations. So if you see that in marketplace, if you go, you will find these different vendors, right? So I was a part of the college from more than 5+ years. I did a lot of integrations with the AWS security hubs. So now Qualys is mainly known as for the policy compliance, then it's also known for the vulnerability manager as well. So now we have dashboards, so where you have your instance as well, right? You have some the containers as well, where you need to understand what vulnerability is detected. And now you want that dashboard into your AWS console. So that is possible, but using the security hubs. So these are, you can say, here the firewall, vulnerability source, and the SIEMs, MSSP compliances, endpoints. So you can integrate with everyone, so that the main benefit is that you will get a centralized information here. So you will get everything centralized, right? And you can take the remediations actions. So we have a limited time.
So I think let's move to the demo. Yeah. So what we are going to do is we'll show you a short demo where we will be able to show you the console of Security Hub. And when you want to use Security Hub, you need to enable the AWS config by default. Okay, so that is a mandatory thing, because AWS Security Hub takes the input from the AWS config and utilize that to show you the security findings. So Ameya, over to you. Yeah.
So now here you can see, okay, so once we enable, right, so once we enable the security hubs, right, you can see the outputs, right? So you must have some resources in your AWS account, and once you find, you can see these are the entire passes. Now you can see there is some passes like in, not that, the summary. Right? So here you will get details of entire summary. Okay, what exactly the effect. So just now I'm talking about the CIS benchmark. Okay, what exactly the CIS benchmark is there, or how many control are passed, how many controls are failed, and what exactly the total average of your entire resources. The same thing for the different ones. Okay, then even though you can see the NIST, okay, vulnerabilities, details, informations, how many critical vulnerabilities there, how many medium vulnerabilities there, you will also get the informations. Then the insights. So these are the real time, which is in my AWS account. So these are, just scroll up here. Yes, just scroll up here. So now here for an example, if let's say the buckets, so we create a bucket, we upload the data. So as per the AWS best standard, we should not create a bucket isn't publicly available, right? So now in this case, let's say if you have a bucket which is publicly available, which everything is allowed, you want to see, you can also see here in the same insight as well. Not only the bucket is just an example, but you will get different resources. For example, your EC2 instance, your containers, the load balancings, or even though the security groups as well, right? Because most of the time what will happen, the best practice is, people are just create a security group and just allow SSH 0.0.0.0/0, right? And it may affect, or you are inviting the hacker to hack your system by allowing entire ports, right? So these are the things here you can see. So you can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So one more thing is the integration you want to show. So we'll just take 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So you can see there are multiple integration which are available with different services of AWS, and that we can utilize to get the insight for the security guard. So with the limited time, we'll be just limiting to this. Yeah. So can you go next? Yeah. Can you bring the slides? Yeah. So I'll just touch base on the pricing of the security hub. For using the security hub, we can have a 30-day trial period for enabling the security hub on our account, and I have given one example which is for a large organization which has almost 500 security checks, 10,000 findings, and then 50 automation rules. So if you look at the numbers, it adds up to almost $40 per month, which is very good enough if you want to actually have a security posture in control for your security of your environment. So which is very critical from an organization who takes security as a prime focus in their organization, and I would strongly suggest that has to be the main focus of any organization. Okay. So with that, we will conclude our session. I hope you liked our session, and we look forward to meeting you again. Yeah, and if you have any questions, we are available here. Please reach out to us, and we'll be glad to answer your question.
Yeah. And thank you, Vadodara team. Okay,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Give a huge round of applause for Toshal sir and Ameya sir. Your session has truly inspired us, and we also got to know a lot about security measures and precautions that we should take while testing our app or anything in the AWS services. Now with that, I would like to invite Mr. Nirmal sir and Priyal ma'am to give a token of gratitude to Ameya sir and Toshal sir. Till then, please scan the QR code which is shown in the screen so that you can give your valuable feedback. Give them a huge round of applause, everyone.
Thank you, sir, and thank you everyone for joining with our intermediate track sessions. Now we'll have a quick tea and networking break. So enjoy some tea and have a good networking session. We'll see you soon.